Hey, okay, it's the 404 guy here, 7HE404GUY. Back with some Kerbal Space Program here on the 3rd of November. Before we get started into the episode, of course, there's always the usual.
Warning. This program contains coarse humor and a sense of language that some people might not share. Viewer discretion is advised.
Don't know why I flipped it over to the ending screen there. Obviously, I've got my controls a little mixed up here. So this is our list of currently assigned people. You got Bob. He's in. This basically tells us where everyone is actually. So we got this person, Science Orbiter Bravo. This person, just great. Right. Intermodal. I don't actually know where that's located. Let's take a look at where some of these people are then. Right, so intermodal was probably the most important one. Where is it? It's orbiting Minimus. There it is. Okay, so that's basically just get that one home and we're good. Okay. Oh, wow. That's kind of weird. There was... There it is. Duna Science Module. There it is. I think we have some science data that we can recover from this, so... Or maybe we don't. Oh! Hey, I just remembered something. Hold on, everyone. I have a video that I should probably show here. Oh, come on, OBS, don't friggin' crash now. Alright, here it is. It's, okay, there we go. This is basically a time lapse of the end of last episode. Over a course of about, I think, 6 hours. As you can see, I was getting closer and closer to the sun. I was trying to get to a stable solar orbit on that one. And it did pretty well, as you can see. Very close. But, watch what happens when we actually get in close to the sun there. This is maybe a 3-minute video. It'll be over in a second. Okay. This is immediately after the first burn, right there. As you can see, we're pretty close. Very, very close, actually. Look at that. Holy crap. Okay. Watch what happens when we get close to the sun there. At some point here, I warp it. The heat on this thing, oh my god. I should have put on a heat shield. This count as a world first? Better. No, it doesn't. Oh, jeez. Well, yep. That's how she ended, boys. The vessel overheated before it even got close to the sun. That is what happens when you fly too close to the sun, my friends. You just kind of blow up. This has a bunch of data. It's just working. Okay. So we got these two dudes doing whatever. This has parachutes. This is at Duna, isn't it? It is. It is indeed. Okay. So I could actually send Jeb Kerman back in this. I'm pretty sure this has sufficient fuel to be able to do so. I might have to land it on Ike again, though. I'm not sure. This has fuel, whatever. This has a little bit of fuel, and then that thing's full. So, you know, I could dump Jeb back into this and send him back to Kerbin, and I think we would probably have sufficient resources to do that successfully. Whether or not we should, well, that's another question entirely, but I think... Okay, you're not on there. Jeb is on this thing, it looks like. Yeah, so he's in there. He's in this module. Can we do a crew report quickly? There's no reason. Okay. This has some data here, which we cannot use for reasons unknown. We'll keep both of these, I guess. So yeah, all we just need to do is decouple this, and we'll send Jeb back on his way. We'll see if we actually have sufficient quantities of le fuel. Fuel, as they used to call it in France. I don't speak French. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. We need to take this out, and we need to take it to Kerbin. Kerbin's going to be our next... Oh, geez. Target. That's way out there. Look at that. How far away that place is, man. Jeez. That's our target, man. So we're going to have to definitely go into a slower, lower orbit. So if we actually accelerate from here, this would be the ideal location. Oops. Come on. Get out there. Just like that. No, not just like that. Something like that. Something like that, I guess. Look at that. Perfect, eh? Don't need to go nowhere near Ike. That'll take us out. That'll be pretty close to something we can use to get to Kerbin, I think. Yeah, we'll do just that. Why not? Hold this. We want to point at maneuver. Alright, buddy. Are you ready to return to Kerbin? I mean, that's worth 100. No seismic data. Yeah, let's just go, man. Let's just go. T-minus 4 minutes to the node. I should probably get closer to the node before I actually do anything. Alright. So this is going to be our first return mission from Duna, which will be interesting. There goes our friend, left to research in solitude for the rest of eternity, so to speak. Let's close that up. Alright, so we have apparently six parachutes on here. 2 of them are the big ones. Or 4 of them, anyway. So landing this on Kerbin, hoping I don't seal his grave here, but landing this on Kerbin should not be a significant issue. We have plenty of fuel. We might actually need to jettison some of that, which there's no way to jettison fuel, so that just means we just have to somehow burn 700 units of fuel before we get back to Kerbin. Because it might be too heavy to try and land on that. Of course, landing over the solid ground ends up being easier than landing on the water for some reason. I don't know why. But I do know that it's always more successful for me to land on land than water. Okay, so here's where this is going to be. That's going to be our target. That's going to be where we is. That's roughly a year away. Alright. I usually like to try and get this as like a one hit. Single burn to get into an encounter. That's a bit off. Burn time 3 minutes. Why does it go yellow? I've had to do a burn time of an hour before. Last episode it was like 3 hours of burn time. Oh, I see. It's telling you when you're gonna run out of fuel. That's what it's doing. It's telling you ain't gonna have the fuel to complete that burn. So it's estimating about 3 minutes roughly of burn time. Look at this, I gotta wait a full year? That's crazy. How's this? Okay, now our target's in there. Okay, there is some method to this madness. There it is, that's getting close. So there's target, there's where we are. We need to be a little bit closer, so we need to be further forward in that orbit by the time we intercept it. So let's move it back here. See how that goes. I might be going the wrong way on this. Am I going the wrong way on this? Nope. I am going the right way. Okay. So we actually need to be fairly close to the perigee. Let's try it there. Pretty close. Very close. A little bit closer to this side of the perigee. Okay, that's about as good as we're going to get it. Look at that. Single burn. How close is that? 667,000. I mean, it's not great. But it is better than what we were getting. I don't know. You think I could refine that even better? Yeah, let's try that. Just right about here. Come on, you. Ah, you're so close. You are so close, my friend. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's go just a little bit this way. There. That's the encounter we're looking for. So we'll have to burn in approximately a year. We'll see you in 1 year and 36 days. Interesting little fact. Jeb Kerman is actually one of my most leveled up Kerbals on this playthrough. Holy crap. Like, I don't normally look at the stats, but his effects, I still don't know how the ComNet access works. If someone would mind explaining that to me. The whole, you know, ComNet access thing, it just doesn't make sense to me. What is this ComNet access? Does it give you additional stability control? I imagine it has to do with something like down here. Or one of those things, or maybe not, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Hold up. We are about to lose electricity if we're not careful. Alright. Where are we in our orbit? We're right there. We need to be right here. Let's keep going. Alright, that looks good. As these are getting some sunlight. It's usually good to point in a north-south direction when you're orbiting the sun. That is, of course, north-south to the axis of your orbit. Which would be normal, anti-normal, I guess, in that case. When you're orbiting the sun, the reason being, if you're pointing normal, anti-normal, it's always going to be, you know, moving side to side. So it's very predictable on where that sun is going to be. If you're going to run out of electricity, at least you know which way you should be pointing. So this won't be enough fuel, but once we jettison this and we activate this guy, we'll be good. Let's get burning immediately then. Is this worth anything? This is worth something. It's not worth a lot. Let's just leave that. We probably got... I'd be willing to bet that we have full science right now on the Duna orbiter. Oh shit. But the Duna orbiter no longer has enough electricity. I just thought of that. because I didn't have enough electricity to transmit last time. Yeah, that's probably... Wait a minute. We have 900 units of liquid fuel burning at a rate of about 1.53. And we need it to last another 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, yeah, that's good. We have about 10 minutes of fuel worth in there. Of course, evening out this is going to be another 3 minutes, and then... Actually, that'll be 3 minutes to get into stable orbit of Kerbal. Most likely. So we'll have maybe 3 minutes of fuel to play around with. Once we actually get there, of course. What's our mass on this thing? I want to make sure we're going to be able to stop it once we get there. 18 tons. Okay, not great, but it's actually not terrible at all. It's that's a very agreeable overall mass. So I'm going to have to set up another orbiter. Or not an orbiter, but another station or a docking or whatever to that Duna. That Duna orbiter. It's yeah, it's going to be low on power, so I'm going to have to send up another battery basically just to attach to the Duna orbiter. That way it has enough power to transmit all of the science data that it collects. And if it's not one thing, it's another. We're going to be out of fuel on these guys very shortly here. We'll get rid of them. Kick into the big tank here. Alright, looking good, looking good. So how is everybody out there on the internets? Doing good, I hope. Been interesting few days with that whole Red Dead Redemption thing coming out, eh? It's I guess a lot of people are probably watching that stream, or people streaming that or whatever. Wow, it actually, that red line shows how much fuel you have remaining. That's what that is. I never knew what that was. Oops. Oops. Come on, get rid of those guys. I don't need them anymore. Alright. This should be more than enough then. There goes our little friggin' Duna debris. Bye-bye. Yeah, I wasn't thinking how I was going to transmit the science data back from Duna. I need to send more batteries over there. Let's focus on... That's pretty cool. Little... Oh, that's probably... where is it? Where is it? The Sentinel probe. Right? I gotta adjust the Sentinel probe orbit so it'll fit to that. I bet I can do that. Let's focus our view on Kerbal here. So that's going to be how close we are to Kerbal once we actually... Up. There it is. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's very decent. We could potentially get a Minimus encounter if we were so inclined. The only thing is, if we did a Minimus encounter, we'd probably be overweight trying to land on Kerbal. Those, yeah, that's good enough. We've got the, what is that, 24... Okay, so what's this? This is 282.5, 285.2, yeah, that's more than enough. Yeah, so I gotta adjust that Sentinel satellite to be in the specified range. Otherwise, I guess it doesn't count or something. Doesn't count towards that mission. We got one of those mapping missions. How close is this? This is gonna be... There was an asteroid on an escape trajectory from the sun at some point. I have no idea where it was heading, but yeah. A lot of these tiny ones. Okay, where is our little guy here? He should be showing up soon. There he is. Alright, friggin' Duna. I hope you do not collide with any of these massive ass toroids. Because that could be a problem if it did. Alright. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. We're good, we're good. Okay. Point retrograde and basically just plummet into the ground. Or not. I don't think plummeting is the correct term. So, we made it to Duna. We're on the return trip. Is our crew report worth anything? No, it is not. Never is. Is our log data worth anything? It actually is worth something. We'll leave that as is. Alright. So, I didn't actually bother calculating this. Maybe I should. How close is that? That's going to be like 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, I can live with that. Now, what the hell happened here? What is this guy? Comsat. Some of these I wonder why I put them in orbit. Or why they're still there, for that matter. Like, this is a pod. This is nothing. This is... okay, that should be there. That doesn't make sense. I don't need fuel anymore. That... I also don't need... why do I have refuelers? And there's scrap. Then you have this random flag. There's a building. And there's Kerbal Space Center. Yeah. Some of that's questionable. Some of that is very questionable. Alright. Alright, this is starting to look good. We're not going to get the Minimus encounter. Not a big deal. We are returning from a land far, far away. Far, far away. Returning from Duna. That's why it's called friggin' Duna. I probably could have grabbed an asteroid and forced a collision onto Kerbin with that. Alright, yo, here we go, here we go. Orbit. Nice. Let's keep that going in. Need that to get a nice low orbit there. I'm guessing we'll want this to be a little closer than the moon, probably. I'm actually going to see if I can try to land this at Kerbal Space Center. That's going to be like just kind of a random task. If we can get it to land at Kerbal Space Center, that would be awesome. Whether or not that'll actually happen is questionable. Okay, plenty of liquid fuel to do the other half of this burn. Let's get this nice and close here. That is going to be a lot of Delta V right there. I might just punch the atmosphere. I might just punch the atmosphere and use the aerodynamic effect to get me a little bit closer to the ground. A little bit slower. Alright, there we go. 96,000, that gives us the opportunity to punch the atmosphere if we want to. Do I have anything to punch the atmosphere with? No, I do not. This thing will burn up the second it hits. Okay. I should have grabbed an asteroid. Let's just hit this. Okay, actually that's... okay, 900 meters per second might be a little bit too much. Obviously. We can do that. More than likely. That'll at least get it close enough that it's not Like, what's our velocity going to be here? Our velocity here is going to be insanely high. I'm pretty sure. Like, look at how slow that is out there. This eccentric of an orbit, like, when it gets here, I'm going to guess somewhere around 2,000, maybe 3,000. Something close to that. Something insane. Ah, 3,000. Pretty close. Alright. Let's just, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, the 404 guy here. We're going to be beginning our retrograde burn on our final descent into Kerbal. We're just going to first bring in our altitude a little bit before we burn into the atmosphere. Please buckle your seatbelts, as this might get a little bit rough. Thank you. Alright. I could be one of those announcer dudes that doesn't get paid. Yeah, this is more than agreeable right here. And we don't need a huge delta V for this to start to make sense. Of course, we still don't want to punch the atmosphere going 3,000 meters per second. But it's more agreeable going 2,500 meters per second than it is going 3,000. Much different energy dissipation. Alright. Makes me wonder when these, this pod's gotta go sometime. Makes me wonder when some of these, orbits are gonna start to decay. Pretty sure in Kerbal Space Program they have it set so that the orbits don't decay, but there should be, I don't know, a mod or something. Or an option that allows, orbit decays. Landing on the dark side of the planet is always rough. So I am going to try and avoid that as much as I can. That's still too far out. Come on. How much fuel we got here? We got 176. And a bunch of monopropellant right there. Alright, we'll go down to where we have about 50 liquid fuel remaining. Once we have 50 remaining, we'll go to the apogee. We'll bring this in a little bit. I was worrying about having to jettison fuel. Looks like that will not be the case. We have more than enough fuel to complete this landing. Granted that we have the parachutes on board. If I had forgotten the parachutes, this would have been a disaster. Alright, here we go. 98. Like I said, once we get to around 50, 56. Although looking at this orbit, this is way more than agreeable. More than agreeable. Absolutely. All right. Here we go. 56. Perfect. Let's go around to that apogee. Wait a minute. Next maneuver. I don't have a next maneuver. Warp here. All right. Whoa. We have a new subscriber on the YouTubes, I think. I think that was the YouTube one. Or perhaps not. Anyway, thanks for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. Okay, here we are. We're going to land on land. We are going to land directly in the ocean if we try to land from here. We'll let it go around another time. Maybe two. Because every single time that I have tried to land in the ocean on Kerbal Space Program, every single time, I try to land in the ocean and it explodes on impact. So we are going to wait. Here we go. This is some land. I don't know. We might have to give it another run. Because how much is that land? That's not... That's... Okay, I guess that's substantial enough. Yeah, let's give it a shot. We shall give it a shot, and we shall see how it goes. Okay, that might be a bit too aggressive of a shot. 48,000. I don't want this thing to necessarily land on the first approach. Let's at least bring it in here then. Alright. So we should be going to surface. We point anti-grade to the surface velocity vector. That way I should maybe retract these solar panels. I don't know. Something tells me solar panels are not going to survive very well. These guys don't retract. These guys are going to break off. I've accepted that. Is this worth anything? This is worth something. Let's leave it. Alright. Getting a little bit closer to the ground. Alright, here we go. This is our approach. Looking at it, we are probably going to end up in the water. There is a small chance it will end on this landmass over here. I'm hoping for that. Let us watch as Jeb Kerman incinerates himself. There is a very good possibility that he will incinerate himself. I'm not going to lie, I didn't design this particularly well. I didn't design it to work well. I designed it to go to the Duna. I wasn't expecting it to actually return. So, let us see. That landing gear might help us slow down a little. I don't know. Very shortly we should start to see... Yeah, we got temperature effects. It's not clear where those are. The last episode, when I flew something into the sun, these got bright red before they actually exploded. So... Okay, yeah, these are going to go. We pretty much knew that. Pretty much expected that. It's just if they go and then destabilize the spacecraft, that's going to be a problem. Maybe try and slow this down. That's mostly ineffective. I guess it does something. I guess that's better than nothing. Jettison the rest of the fuel. That way it's as light as possible. At the same time, I want to make sure that it's going to go over land. Landing on water with this thing is just going to blow up the engine. I'm sure of it. How are these still intact? Look at this thing. It's freaking on fire. You got these solar panels sticking out like... Damn. You gotta hand it to whoever built those things. They did a heck of a job. Alright. Where are we? We're at 48. And our velocity is not decreasing significantly. We're going to want to see that below... At the very least below 2,000. I mean, at this altitude. It's freaking crazy. Alright. Where do we have all these parachutes? Those are 2 parachutes. Where are the small ones? I can't even see them. They're right there. They're right there and I can't even see them. Okay, there we go. Alright. I have no words as to these solar panels. That's just mind-boggling. As for our landing trajectory, wow. It's still actually projecting that we're going to go back out into the atmosphere. Which means we might just hit land if I time this properly. How am I going to do this? We're going to hit perigee pretty soon. Okay. Alright, I think I say how I'm going to do this. So, this view is terrible. This view is much better. Alright. Alright. So basically just over the horizon there is where we're going to be landing. About to hit perigee. His perigee isn't actually staying ahead of him, is it? No, he's heading right towards it. So he's going to bounce off the atmosphere. Let's not do that. How's that? A little more. We're almost out. Look at that. Okay. Alright, that lands us within the atmosphere regardless of what happens. Look at these solar panels. The solar panels survived. I am... color me impressed. Those solar panels should not have survived that. All logic says they should have broken. But they did not. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Alright. There we go. So now we just need to make sure that this thing is over land. We have 10 units of fuel to play with. That's roughly 5 to 7 seconds of burn time. This velocity is decent for the altitude. I'm going to go ahead and hope that it does land appropriately. You know what? Let's just waste the rest of that fuel. We don't need it. Famous last words. We'll leave 4. Leave 4 units. Can we speed this up? Let's see. Usually not a good idea to warp while doing this, but at the same time, this has to be less than a day, I suppose. Now that would be so cool to land on that thing. Look at that. It's friggin' that's a banana. There's an episode of this where I climbed to the top of the tower on that island just across from Kerbal Space Center. And I planted a flag on top of it called Building. So basically, I have a flag commemorating the fact that I spent, I think it was 30 minutes climbing to the top of a building. And there was nothing up there. Alright. So, this is confirmed over land. This is going to land on the land. This is good. This is good. This is perfect. So. $40,000. We are at 2,000 meters per second. I think we need that to be 520 to be able to use the primary parachutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, Jebediah Kerman here. We're in our final burn for landing at Kerbal. If you could please fasten your seatbelts and try not to worry about the fact that the aircraft is on fire, then that would be great. Thank you. Oh, hey, we're starting to lose our solar panels. Awesome. Alright. Those were dead weight. We didn't need them. Okay. If we lose anything else, though, then that's going to be problematic. Jeez. Okay, we are at 32,000. Still heading around 1,800 meters per second. That's punching the atmosphere pretty hard there. Anybody on the ground is going to be able to hear this very clearly. They're just going to hear like a giant bang, and then they look overhead, they see this guy. Now, I could EVA him. But unfortunately, we learned that EVA doesn't work on this because of... Wait! The solar panels are gone. I wonder if EVA would work now. It might. Okay. So next we're going to lose our landing gear. Quite possibly. Look at this, we're at 20,000. 20,000, we're still over 1,000 meters per second. It's crazy. We're going to impact the ground at this rate. Oh, wait, no we're not. Oh, there we go. There we go. We've got that low Kerbal atmosphere helping us out now. Alright, where's those orange parachutes? Crap, where are they? I need them. I need them right now. There they are. They're hidden. Look at that. Okay. Let's deploy them one at a time. Where's the other one? There it is. Look at that. Look at how well hidden that is. No one would know it was there. Alright. This should help us with our initial slowdown. And then I'm going to trigger the other ones as we get closer. Still going 200 meters per second. That's pretty fast. That's not really useful. Damn, how close are we? Usually I use a shadow to guide, but look at this. This looks like we're pretty damn close. Okay, yes we are. Get the other guys out there. Come on. There's our shadow. Alright. Alright, will it blow up on landing? Well, this is actually moving pretty slowly now. Let's warp it. So yeah, about 9 meters per second. That's more than decent. We have 4 units of liquid fuel to aid us on the final landing there. This looks like it will be a success. I gotta stop saying that prematurely, though. I have a habit of saying this looks like it's a success and failing miserably because of a mild oversight. Here we go. Where's my shadow? Where's my shadow? That's my landing guide. And here we go. That was useless. Alright, look at that! Oh! Nothing blew up. Awesome. Okay. Can we EVA now? No, we can't. It still says it's obstructed. Like, obstructed by what? What, a parachute? I got a pair of shoes. Alright, let's recover them. How'd we do? Returned from a Duna mission. That's the first time I've ever actually done that on Kerbal Space Program. Normally I just leave them in orbit. We gained some science. Awesome. We've gained some funds. Very awesome. And he's gained no reputation at all. Lovely. Very lovely. I think we had a world first, didn't we? What's that? Return home from an orbit of the sun. Or a flyby of the sun from doing... Okay, so that's where all that money came from. Okay. Can we afford any science? We can afford this thing. I should almost just get this thing, just to get it out of the trick there. Alright. That was very successful. Oh. I just remembered. I need to reposition the Sentinel satellite while I have that on my mind. I am curious. Do most people, like, pause a mission midway through when they see something and just do something with something else? Like with this. This guy's got to be on this blue orbit. He's ever so slightly off. And I noticed that while I was bringing Jeb towards Kerbin, but I didn't do that. So I would be curious to know how other people do things. If they would just pause the mission partway through. Look at this thing. How close is it? Okay, this is the difference in the two. That's the apogee. Okay, so this is actually pretty far off. Let's point at retrograde, see if we can't bring that in very slightly. Close enough. There we go. The Sentinel missions, mostly you can just set them and forget them. But there is those occasional times. I guess they change the orbits on you or something. We shall let that continue as is. What do we need? We need to test Rovamax Model 1. What? What is this mission? Okay, what do we need to do here? This never expire. Oh, this does expire. Wait. Offer expires. Oh, this doesn't actually expire. We need to transfer crew and we need to do an orbital spacewalk. Well, we're planning to do that anyway at some point. Just great. Recover far field from the moon. Huh. There is not actually a lot of stuff to do here. Alright. Well, that was a very successful episode nonetheless. We did return Jeb Kerman safely home. As you can see, he's happily standing there in his orange suit, ready to do whatever he can. We got all these other people standing around doing their things. I would like to know how much science I gathered from those science orbiters, though. These things are basically free science. Science Orbiter Alpha. What do you got for me? Those mobile data processing labs. Like, literally, you give it something that's worth 10 science, it gives you 100. In this case, it gives you 5. It won't let me transmit. Oh, there it is. Yeah. In this case, it gives you 5, but, you know. Let's go. Ah! I love that follow notifier. That's my favorite. That's the evil guy. But thanks for following, man. Awesome. That actually scared me. Okay. We have intermodal. What was I going for? I was going for the science thing, right? That's this guy. That actually scared me. Wow. My own follow notifier. Just in time for Halloween. Well, a little. Wow, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Check it. We get 500 science off of this guy. Boom, it's full. We have enough electricity to transmit it. Let's go. There we go. See that? Mobile data processing labs. The data that I gave it was worth maybe 100, maybe 200. It just gave me 400. That's... Now if we go to Duna here, I can show you how I completely screwed up this this processing lab. We switch to this guy. Because this processing lab does not have enough electricity. So look at this. This... Oh my god. It's full. If we try to transmit that, though, we have full electric charge. It's going to run out. Unfortunately. Because I didn't design this properly. I didn't give it enough batteries. So, as we can see, it's not even at 50% and it's halfway out. That's, yeah. That's my bad. I'm going to have to fix that. That's originally what Jeb Kerman was doing there. So yeah, these 2 batteries, not enough. I need more batteries out there. That's... We'll be there eventually. We will be there eventually. What I need is literally just a rocket with 2 batteries on the top of it. That's all it needs. Yeah. Let's buy something here. Something worth 550. Alright, what do we got? We got this guy. Not really worth that much. I don't like these couplers. You can't attach other stuff to them. Although this docking port is friggin' boss. I don't know, I might get that one. This, I wouldn't use that stuff. I'm not making rovers. I should show you guys Rover Boy. I'm not making those. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll get this guy because I love that friggin' senior docking port. That's awesome. Yeah, I should probably check on Rover Boy anyway, because he's been sitting there for so long. Where is he here? Minimus. Where's Rover Boy? Rover Boy. Where are you, Dad? Rover delivery. Uh-oh. Come on, where's Rover Boy? Eh. Not the debris. The rover. Damn it. Okay, where's Rover delivery here? I want to go to my rover. There he is. Delivery relay system? I don't remember calling him a relay system. Anyway. We shall see Rover Boy in all his glory. And I should rename him as well. Do you have anything worthwhile, Rover Boy? You do. Oh wow, that's actually worth quite a bit. Keep that. Okay, he's full of data. I just haven't bothered to transmit any of it. I don't think he has the battery power for it. Anyway, this is Rover Boy. As you can see, it's Rover Boy. Whoops. Yeah, Minimus. Rovers do not move very well. That's what the RCS is for. Anyway, I think that's probably all I should do for this episode. If I get into trying to send the batteries to Duna, then that's going to evolve into a couple of hours. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. I don't think I can keep it up. So I am going to finish this episode here. I'm the 404 guy, 7HE404GUI. Thanks for everyone who subscribed or followed today. I really appreciate it. And feel free to tune in next time. Tomorrow at noon, I will be doing another stream. So feel free to tune in. Not sure what that stream will be. Probably more Kerbal Space Program. I don't think I'm going to try Tony Hawk's Pro Skater again. But anyway, thanks for subscribing. Keep on rocking. Have a great day, everyone. I'm out. There's a cat that's been trying to, I don't know, crawl under the door or something here. It's been yelling at me all stream. It is a very distracting cat. I think that went pretty well. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu.